In the second it takes you to read a sentence, your senses are showering you with over 11 million pieces of information. Your conscious mind is capable of registering about 40 of them. And when it comes to actually paying attention, on a good day, you can process 7 bits of data at a time. On a bad day, 5. On one of those days, more like -3. And yet, you're not only making your way in a complex world just fine, you're preparing to write a story about someone navigating a world of your creation. So how important can any of those other 10,999,960 bits of information really be? Very, as it turns out. Which is why, although we don't register them consciously, our brain is busy noting, analyzing, and deciding whether there's something irrelevant, like the fact that the sky is still blue, or something we need to pay attention to, like the sound of a horn blaring as we meander across the street, lost in thought about the hunky guy who just moved in next door. What's your brain's criterion for either leaving you in peace to daydream or demanding your immediate and total attention? It's simple. Your brain, along with every other living organism down to the humble amoeba, has one main goal: survival. Your subconscious brain, which neuroscientists refer to as the adaptive or cognitive unconscious, is a finely tuned instrument, instantly aware of what matters, what doesn't, why, and hopefully, what you should do about it. It knows you don't have time to think, gee, what's that loud noise? Oh, it's a horn honking. It must be coming from that great big SUV that's barreling straight at me. The driver was probably texting and didn't notice me until it was too late to stop. Maybe I should get out of the splat. And so, to keep us from ending up as roadkill, our brain devised a method of sifting through and interpreting all that information much, much faster than our slowpoke conscious mind is capable of. Although, for most other animals, that sort of innate reflex is where evolution called it a day, thus relegating their reactions to what neuroscientists aptly refer to as zombie systems. We humans got a little something extra. Our brain developed a way to consciously navigate information so that, provided we have the time, we can decide on our own what to do next. Story. Here's how neuroscientist Antonio Damasio sums it up. The problem of how to make all this wisdom understandable, transmissible, persuasive, enforceable, in a word, of how to make it stick, was faced and a solution found. Storytelling was the solution. Storytelling is something brains do naturally and implicitly. It should be no surprise that it pervades the entire fabric of human societies and cultures. We think in story. It's hardwired in our brain. It's how we make strategic sense of the otherwise overwhelming world around us. Simply put, the brain constantly seeks meaning from all the input thrown at it, yanks out what's important for our survival on a need-to-know basis, and tells us a story about it, based on what it knows of our past experience with it, how we feel about it, and how it might affect us. Rather than recording everything on a first-come, first-served basis, our brain casts us as the protagonist, and then edits our experience with cinema-like precision, creating logical interrelations, mapping connections between memories, ideas, and events for future reference. Story is the language of experience, whether it's ours, someone else's, or that of fictional characters. Other people's stories are as important as the stories we tell ourselves. Because if all we ever had to go on was our own experience, we wouldn't make it out of onesies. Now, for the really important question. What does all this mean for us writers? It means that we can now decode what the brain, aka the reader, is really looking for in every story, beginning with the 2 key concepts that underlie all the cognitive secrets in this book.